Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exciting episode of You've Already Peaked Gaming Podcast, featuring your host, Locarthemanbeast! Also featuring me, the LobsterDust. Hi, howdy, how the fuck you doing? Happy Monday.
That's high energy. That was high energy. Was not expecting that. That's on a whole nother level.
I'm walking here.
You are walking there.
How we doing?
Dude, it was
How
so
we
good.
doing?
Oh, it was so good, huh? It was so good.
We got a shock week coming down. How you did?
How you did? Man. See, that's why we recorded.
New regulars make it bloody. How we doing?
See, that's why we recorded so much stuff, because now it's just history. You know what I mean? We just have so much stuff to work with. What is going down, man?
Oh, you know, dude,
man.
Same.
What what a heavy week in video gaming. Let's just cut the bullshit. Let's cut the fluff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're professionals here. Let's get into this right off the rip, because I can't stop thinking about how perturbed I am over D2 and
Okay. D2 pisses me off.
it does, right? Why? I get
Why?
I'm not mad about introducing a new class into Diablo 2. I really am not. That is such a
I am.
Remastered is its own entity now. You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt the game in any way. It doesn't. It does hurt the game when they now change a bunch of shit, right? Like they've changed like UI stuff, they added more quality of life things, the loot filter, all these extra shit. That's where I'm like, why? There was
So unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. It's absolutely unnecessary. The game yes, it's the same thing with like classic WoW. Like everybody was like, oh my God, we want classic WoW exactly like this. And like they all came out and they were like, you think you do, but you don't, right? And then of course what ends up happening is classic WoW comes out and everybody's like, oh, actually we did fucking hate these systems. Like this was bad. You know what I mean? So then they were like, we told you, okay, we'll throw some quality of life stuff together to make it all put together. People liked it better after they did a few fixes, like to the classic scene, and just made it like more streamlined. Like, hey, yeah, these quality of life things weren't implemented when the game was out, but as time has gone on, we've realized that these quality of life changes are necessary and very useful, and it would make the game 1,000 times better. For D2, I just didn't hear anybody screaming about that shit. Like people have been playing D2 the exact same way forever.
Yeah.
And they were just like, yeah, this is how the game is.
I say this not in a literal sense. It was a perfect game. You didn't have to do anything to it. We've accepted it. We never asked for you to really change anything. Like you could just keep the servers on.
Yeah.
And let people play it. That's it. Didn't need to do anything. And for you to come back and start fucking with it, I hate that. I hate that so fucking much. I can't even tell you how much I hate it. And then to put in such a lackluster.
Yeah, for fucking
Sean's all, check out my yo-yo. And like the animation. It's like, oh, you fucking pieces of shit.
I was so like, I was looking at Warlock. Now there's a couple very cool builds that people are doing with Warlock right now that are really, really, really sick.
I'm sure there are. Eat shit and die.
No. The class, introducing a new class is fine. Perfect game does not mean that you can't add a new class into a perfect game and still not have the exact same thing all the way through. It's just a new class. There's nothing wrong with adding a new class. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because then you're going to start changing shit. You have to change shit. You're going to have to is he not going to have his own armor set? Because everybody has their own legendary armor set.
Yeah, but they did.
And then they're going to have to, and then they're going to have rune words that work with that. And they're going to have all these different things that have to go with it. And then next thing you know, like the whole, like the game.
Yeah, but
is eroded into something else.
I don't know about that.
I want to. Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah. No.
When Khal Drogo
don't know
beats the shit out of the like, I want to be Khal Drogo, and I want the Targaryen prince who sold his sister to him.
Mm-hmm.
There's this scene where he's like, "You've disrespected my queen. Like, my
queen
is Diablo 2. The devs are the prince, and I want to drag him in front of the fire, and I want to pour the crown of gold over his head, like, ah! And like just shrivels. Like that's how upset this makes me."
I think I think we'll have to be on two different sides of this. I'm not mad about a new class. I think that's fine. I think giving D2 the remastered love it need, you should have had the same fucking fury and frustration that you have now.
Hold on. I don't like the way this is going. Can we just restart one more time? Just from the top.
No.
Just from the top.
Oh man. I want to be angry about just the changes overall to a game that's so fucking old, right? It's 26 years old.
I'm angry about that. I'm angry that it's $30. I'm just angry at everything across the board. Everything pisses me off about it.
Yes, that is my next big point. It's like, also you're introducing into a 26-year-old game, right? You already made me fucking rebuy it for your remastered edition bullshit that you've done. And I'm like, okay, fine. No big deal. I'll pick it up. It's fine. It is what it is. But then you introduce a new class, which is like, cool. It's an old game, dude. Like, the people that play that game are the people that have been playing Diablo 2 since 2000 when it came out. You know what I mean? So for you to introduce a new class and then throw $30 on top of it is like, ew, dude, that is
I have a laptop in my garage that's been in a laptop case since I was a sophomore, freshman or sophomore in high school, that has Diablo 2 on it that can run it. That's how old the game is.
I have the original Diablo 2 with its expansion,
like the battle chest.
The battle chest, yeah, it's sitting in the garage. You know what I mean? So like, it's there.
Like how old. Ooh, does yours still have the fucking the price tag on it?
Price tag
is it? Please tell me that please tell me that the price tag is like $29.99 and their expansion is more than the actual price tag
100%.
of that. It's fucking you fucking garbage fucking human beings.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's classic Blizzard. It's classic Blizzard. And that was the thing about it. I was like, man, there's no way that they could continue to be this bad. And then it's like Aaron showed me that, like,
there's no way they could continue, and yet they do.
Yeah. And then Aaron showed me that in World of Warcraft, they've introduced like a housing system that they've had for a little bit of time, and now you can go on their store and purchase like the housing tokens to allow you to have more slots. And it's like, dude, it was just a matter of time before they just monetized another fucking system. You know, that's what we're.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not surprised. I'm not even.
I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised.
I'm not even. I don't even know anymore. I can't even be mad about this stuff, dude. It's just too much. It's like gaming right now reminds me of watching the news when we went to fucking the Middle East for war, and it was just like everything bad that could. It was every day there was just some fucking negative thing out there, and it was hard to find something good in the world. I read this article. I think gaming is starting to age out. Like, gamers are aging out. Like, the people who are gamers are getting to be so old now in their, later 30s, even later 40s time period, that gaming is not the main hobby source of entertainment anymore, because people have these jobs or families or whatever the fuck it comes out to. And so there's not enough of the people who actually cared about original gaming or think how gaming really like mattered back in the day, or like that introduction of like, hey, this is like Pong, and then it's like, hey, this is Super Mario, and then like this is the first 3D game, or like these like certain kids grew up with this stuff in a sense of being like, oh my god, I can see the transition and how gaming goes. Like those people are teetering out. They're getting to the point that they can't game anymore. And now because of that, there's just like there's this lack of care in the fucking gaming world. And it just goes into like whatever makes money at this point, or doesn't make money at this point.
I think it. I don't know. No, I was gonna say I think it almost lines up with the. Were you the one? I think it might have been you, and maybe it wasn't a podcast. Maybe we were just talking about books and like Hollywood doesn't want to do things without IP.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's not necessarily true, because you do see things. But is it just like the AAA studios, the people that have the big money to swing, only want things with IP, and that's why you get all these littler things that have to start off indie first to really fucking knock one out the park?
I get maybe. I think it's also one of those things like IPs are safe because they've already generated money. So because they've already generated money, you put something invested in it, like a video game or a movie adaptation or something like that. Like even if it bombs, people will go to see it or play it because, oh, I know that because of this source material, this IP or something of that nature. Even if it bombs, they've still made money to sell it. It's got to be incredibly hard to sell something that is a brand new IP or an indie on just like faith alone. Like, please trust us, this game is good. Like you have to get a game like Ark in a sense, or you have to get a game that blows up with streamers or YouTubers and shit like that for it to like really skyrocket and take off. Especially in like, depending on what type of market you're going into, but if it's already oversaturated, look at fucking Highguard. Highguard is a perfect example of like just what were you expecting? What were you expecting? Ackman did this video on Highguard. It was funny. He's like, it's like, he's like, the best way to describe this type of scenario is like baking a potato. You get a potato, you open it up. It's one fucking ingredient, and the only thing you have to do is put it in the oven, and it's one fucking thing, and you bake that potato. And then when you pull that potato out, you go to take a bite, and you're like, oh, it's not too bad. And you take the second bite, and then realize it's still fucking raw. And he's like, and that whole concept is like, if you get to that point where you take that second bite and you realize it's raw, then you just start to think, this is a person that's never baked a fucking potato in their life. And so when you have Highguard, which is like a team of people from Respawn, done all this Apex Legends and fucking Titanfall 2, and they put a game out that on day one has like 92,000 people. I was looking at some numbers. I guess that this company had projected player counts to be upwards of like 1 million players within the first month. And it's like, did you play your own fucking game?
What analytics were they getting this market research from?
Selling off of coattails. We will have 1 million players because we said we're from Respawn.
We're a baked potato. We didn't cook it, but damn, did we throw a bunch of shit on top of it. And trust me, gentlemen, people will take bite 2 and 3. If you look at our numbers at its highest, Apex was this was this. So we clearly combined those numbers, and that's where we're going to be in 3.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Everything goes to shit. They start cutting people down. An automatic patch comes up. They introduce 5. People are starting to like it. All their people are already gone.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck! Now what do we do? Just fuck it. Jump ship immediately. Rug pull it.
And again, it's one of those things like people have been saying. They're like, the thing, the weirdest thing about this competitive game, regardless if it's like a lightweight competitive game or even pseudo, like it doesn't have an identity. A lot of people didn't know what it was. Everybody thought it was just going to be a hero shooter.
Still don't know what it is.
Yeah, and like everybody started comparing it to like, oh, it's not like a hero shooter, but it's kind of almost like RTS. And I'm like, it
would make more sense if the game was broken into 3 segments. if you play, like if there was like boom, 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 okay, now we're moving on to the fucking like the
Yes.
combat phase, and
Yeah.
then you rushed out to the middle, you did all that shit, and then like it's like okay, now we're and it just like resets you, like the whole. God, my fucking brain broke when we defended them. It's like okay, now you go do it again. What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, you do it again, but this one's like just like slightly faster. What do you mean? Like we.
It's also one of those things too where it's like I'm just looking at it. It's got lanes. It doesn't have creeps, but it should have creeps. Like it's got like a tower defense type of thing.
It's got lanes with nothing to fucking do.
It's a MOBA. It's a shit MOBA. It's a first person MOBA.
Yeah.
You know what other hero shooter first person MOBA came out that had potential that was ass because it was a MOBA and it actually was kind of cool? It was this game called Battleborn that Gearbox had done. And it was, first off, it was like twice as many heroes as this game. There was actual creeps. There was actual like towers to like go through. It was a really interesting, fun game. I hate MOBAs. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. You know what launched a week and a half after its launch? Overwatch, the original Overwatch. And that game just fucking died. It just absolutely died.
Ooh, maybe I haven't heard of Battleborn. I was thinking of Dustborn.
Oh, yeah, Dustborn. That was a peach.
I was like, God, why does Battleborn sound so familiar? Born, Dustborn. Yeah. Another great game that just never really got its shot.
Yeah. No, it didn't get its shot. And not only did it not get its shot, but it may have the only shot it took was in its own foot. So, you know.
That's what I want a physical copy of.
Dude, I want the collector's edition of that.
It's like, yeah, collector's edition, just like on your wall. Dustborn, Concord, Highguard. Not quite.
At this point, we have to stop looking for good games and just start looking for bad games, right? Because when we play a game that we expect to be bad,
easy,
and it turns out to be a good game, then it's just a flip perspective, right? Like, oh, this game is going to be good, play it, and it's like, oh, this is ass, and then all we have to do is bitch and complain about it. If we just start looking for bad games and find good games in those, it'll change our whole perspective on life, man.
I don't know if I'm the guy to do that. Because I might play a game and be like, this fucking sucks, you know? I think, like, the whole like, if, like Nightingale. Like, God, I was pumped about Nightingale. I wanted this. But apparently there are some redeeming features. Yeah. Especially from people who strictly play games within that.
Sure.
You know, I think I come from such a shooty boy kind of like RPG light, if you will. Like I've dived into like the classics.
Okay.
But I haven't really like, you know, I'm not as well versed as some might, and maybe those that are more well versed are like, no, actually, like it has this, it has this, it has this. They can find those redeeming points. For me, I played it, hate it, big mad.
Well,
so maybe I'm not the one that gets to decide what goes on the wall.
Again, this goes back to the conversation we had where there's this chain of events that has happened in the gaming industry for so long. Like, so whoever's making a game, just look at it's not the history repeats itself type of thing. It's just like you're doing the same things. What happened to Nightingale? It got launched in a state that wasn't really ready to be launched, even though it launched in early access. But like everybody who played your game during the beta test or whatever was like, is this it? You know what I mean? And at no point is devs go like, oh fuck, okay, let's go back to the drawing board a little bit and like let's just add something in. Like, I think Highguard launched in early access, it probably would have done okay, because I think it would have tempered some expectations.
Time to cook, time for them.
100%.
Well, yeah, temper expectations, but time for them to get feedback that they probably desperately needed.
Yeah, 100%. Or the next thing is not announcing it. I did some research. Highguard didn't actually pay for its advertisement spot as the last fucking big announcement at the Video Game Awards.
Do you mean that they didn't pay like they were given that slot, or
They were-
they purchased it but did not give funds over?
No, like as in they were like, hey, we've got a trailer if you guys want to show it.
And they got the primetime spot.
Someone said that Jeff Keighley actually did play it beforehand and enjoyed it, and so it's possible it entered that slot because that's what Jeff Keighley.
Because he was like, man, this is gonna be good.
Yes.
And he's just that detached from reality.
Yes. Which again, then is also like, is the non-success of Highguard also related to just somebody biased ass bad opinion? I mean, you can't make a good game. You can't make a bad game good just by fucking keep throwing your head against the wall, right? Like, if it's bad, period. Like, a good game is going to be good. A bad game is going to be bad. Like, you can't change that. And you can't do the outside stuff. Be like, well, because you got this time spot. Oh, if it didn't enter early access. Like, it is just a bad game. And it just has to be accepted as that. I just feel like it is free to play. You know what I mean? You didn't have to spend any money on it. Does it deserve a chance to get better? I think the problem is that they've entered into a saturated market with a shit game that there's no way that they can keep actually generating enough income to keep the game afloat for it to eventually get better. You know what I mean? At least Nightingale was fucking $40 or whatever the hell it was.
I'm looking right now at Todd Howard's favorite games.
Oh my God.
Ultima 7, biggest inspiration. Tetris is the perfect game. High praise to Pac-Man, Wizardry, Civilization, BioShock, Portal.
Tetris,
not a bad list.
Tetris is the perfect game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on now.
I think you kind of have to take his like age into consideration.
It's fine. I'm saying if you're like, you go about in the video game world and you're like a fucking high-end developer, people know your name, right? People have your face tattooed on their ass and you're like, Tetris is the perfect game. Yeah, I better fucking be. You're dropping blocks down in a straight goddamn line. Like, you know, it's a fucking, how hard can that, you know what I mean?
I was just thinking while you're talking, it's like, if Jeff Keighley, if he's like, oh, this is going to be good.
No,
and he
I agree.
used his thing, his wisdom to put it there, to give it such a prestigious spot. It makes you think like, what do other big influential names in the industry, like what's their favorite games? What's their thing? What do they think that we want?
Well, I remember way back in the day when Ken Levine was doing like all the BioShock stuff and everything. He used to talk about like his favorite games or whatever they were, but they were always like some weird off the wall, like niche type of video game. But when he talked about it, he was like, his whole thing was like, as much as I enjoy this game, it's not something that I drive our team's like design or like I don't influence my like in a video game in our team's development of stuff, which is also why BioShock was so fucking good, right? Like he left it up to like, this is the story that we're working with. This is the direction. This is what we want to do. And I'm going to rely on our devs to knock it out of the park. You know, and then, you know, see like things like BioShock Infinite comes out to massive success. And they had crunch, but not enough to like ruin the company. Got paid hella money, had super high Metacritic scores. Everybody got fatty bonuses. And then Ken Levine like walked in the office, I guess, after their success, giving high fives, like, all right, I quit and I'm closing the studio. And everybody's like, what? He's like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm sorry. I don't want to run this. That's it. I'm done. I'm closing the studio.
I mean, never knew the taste of defeat. Like, and maybe the bonus was just that good.
Or maybe that at the very end of it, it's like after all the crunch and all the years and all the beating a dead horse to get these games out and all the sweat and blood that you got to put into it, and all the people fucking falling over from heart attacks and lack of sleep and all this shit. You know, he just was like, he did like you do. Like, I gotta think about my future, and just fucking walked away.
Yeah.
And then you have people like,
God, I'd trade in a couple of his interns for one more Bioshock though.
there's supposed to be a Bioshock 4 in the works.
No way.
Yeah.
By who?
Let me see if I
see. That's where it starts getting scary when you get IPs getting refreshed.
What's confirmed so far? Bioshock 4 is in active development at Cloud Chamber. Following reports, despite turbulence at 2K insists the project is still moving forward. They started development on Bioshock 4 in 2019.
Are the Saudis involved?
I
get some of that Saudi money behind this?
No, that's EA, right?
Yeah, but can't you just get like a donor?
That would be sick. So Rod Ferguson's actually the head developing dude at Cloud Chamber. He's the dude. So Rod Ferguson is the original Diablo dude who left Blizzard and then was out doing his own fuck off thing for years. And then I think it was in like 2018 or whatever, they started Cloud Chamber Entertainment. And I think, I don't know if they actually did anything. There was a bunch of stuff that was like kind of coming out, but all of a sudden, I guess they're doing Bioshock. I don't know, dude. That's one of those things where, again, this goes back to the conversation we had of sometimes it's okay to just let IPs die. You know what I mean? Would I love to see another Bioshock? I'm 100%. But when you don't have the same people that are making it, you know what I mean? Like, that's why Bioshock 2 was so iffy. Bioshock 2, as time has gone on, has definitely aged like fine wine. It's become the new Vegas of that franchise. You know what I mean? Because when Bioshock 2 came out, it was like, this is not great. You play as a big daddy. The storyline's kind of a little awkward. It was kind of hard to figure things out. But it was also done by a different team that didn't do Bioshock 1. And then Ken Levine came back in and did Bioshock Infinite with the original team that did Bioshock and fucking knocked it out of the park. And that game is fucking gorgeous, man. It's such a good game. So now you're gonna go back. It's the original Infinity Ward Treyarch thing where the people that were Infinity Ward playing Modern Warfare and the people that were playing Treyarch's, World at War are
pre-Vietnam, post-Vietnam.
Yeah, what Treyarch did?
Sledgehammer. Treyarch did
Black Ops.
Infinite Warfare.
They did Black Ops.
They did Black Ops. So Sledgehammer and Raven did Infinite?
Yes.
And further?
Yes.
And then, I'm guessing they did Blackout then, and then.
Well, at that point, I think they were working hand in hand because there was at some point in the future. I don't think
they got hand in hand until Warzone, right? Because they had to combine two games for one beautiful online service that they could really make all the fucking money.
Yeah. The
only thing that could bring the studios back together was absolute greed.
Treyarch has been contributing to the series since 2005. Multiple studios, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammers, and Raven Studios. Yes. Founders, blah, blah, blah. Co-developed. Black Ops 7 was co-developed by Treyarch and Raven Studios. Wow, that's why the game is so fucking good. Okay, here we go. So Infinity Ward was the original one. They did the original Call of Duty. Let's see. Finest Hour. Infinity Ward did Call of Duty 2. Finest Hour was done by Spark Ultimate. That's all dog shit. Call of Duty 3 was done by Treyarch. So this spans all the way back to that far in 2006. Infinity Ward did Modern Warfare 4 or Call of Duty 4. World at War was Treyarch. Infinity Ward did Modern Warfare 2. Treyarch did. Yep, Treyarch started the Black Ops train. So I don't think there was a split between Infinity Ward and who was it, Activision at the time, until well after the Black Ops thing. Because Sledgehammer Games came in under, it was Infinity Ward, Raven Software, and Sledgehammer Games that finished Modern Warfare 3. So the campaign was done by Infinity Ward, and I think that's when they split from Activision, and then the multiplayer and all the extra stuff was done by Raven and Sledgehammer. And then it wasn't, Infinity Ward didn't come back until the re-release of Modern Warfare 4.
Okay. I've had that completely backwards in my head then for a long time.
Yeah.
Because I thought that they came back together because they're like, look at how much fucking money. We just need everybody to get back. Because what? They did Black Ops. They had Vanguard, but then when they re-released, like, what was it? Was it World War II? Yeah, World War II. Or was that Vanguard? Was Vanguard the World War II one where they came back and they were merging fucking old guns and new guns, and they kind of had everything together?
I think so, yeah.
Inside?
Yes, yeah. That was Vanguard. Okay, so look, it looks like Advanced Warfare was done by Sledgehammer Games. Infinite Warfare was done by Infinity Ward back in 2016. That's when they came back. Raven Studios did the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Sledgehammer did World War II. Treyarch did Black Ops 4.
If I remember correctly, Raven was taking over for Sledgehammer during Warzone games, Warzone days, for patching certain things.
Modern Warfare,
because they were just falling so far behind.
I mean, it's very possible because, look, I mean, Modern Warfare, the 2019's Modern Warfare, that was Infinity Ward. So was Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3 was done by Sledgehammer Games, and that's the one that came out that didn't even have like a campaign. It was like there was no campaign. It was just the multiplayer. Like, oh man, that's got to be the hardest thing for a franchise. You know what I mean? I think we even talked about it way back in the day. I think I talked about this, but during back the original Black Ops time period, when like Treyarch was like not really pumping good stuff, and it was kind of like, meh, Black Ops was dope. But then after that, you had some dog shit from like fucking Raven or Sledgehammer, and I was like, it's weird that these are yearly releases, and my idea behind it is to skip every other year. You know what I mean? I don't know how games can work like that. Cause I guess I can when I realistically look at Call of Duty, and I try not to go hand in hand with the same. If I didn't, the new Call of Duty that's coming out, if I didn't look at it as, it's another shit Call of Duty, and I just looked at it to be like, who's the developer doing this one? And then just, it's like Kleenex, right? Like, all tissue paper, or no, what is it? All Kleenex is tissue paper, or not all tissue paper is Kleenex. You know what I mean? Something like that. Just because it's called Call of Duty doesn't mean it's fucking going to be good.
Yeah. I don't think it... I get what you're saying, but I don't think it's gonna be good.
No.
if it says Call of Duty,
You're also owned and operated by Activision Blizzard.
I'm trying to think of like what the equivalent would be. It's like, not all sedans can be a Hyundai, but all sedans are, like it has to be something like real, like middle of the road. You're like, it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes, like, I don't know.
Who owns Blizzard right now?
That is interesting,
Microsoft?
though. If there is a way that you could just like play a game, like no title screen, no anything, like just jump in, just like a blind test. You're like, this actually isn't bad. And you'd be like, oh, it's a Call of Duty that they're working on. Like, okay,
yeah, exactly.
But man, I couldn't get past the screen, the UI, the everything.
No, yeah, 100%.
To actually get to it without already being annoyed at the game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's that old saying. It's like, don't piss on my shoes and tell me it's raining. You know what I mean? Like, if you like give me a shit game and I'm like, oh, this is dog shit, and you're like, yeah, but it's Call of Duty. It's like, what? Who gives a shit? It's a shit game. But that's, oh man, okay. That kind of just like stems into where everything is right now, gaming wise, because like Diablo 2, right? It's the year of the Warlock, basically. Diablo 2, we're gonna fucking give you a new character to play, $30. Take it.
I think
Diablo
it's so fucking dumb.
Diablo Immortal. We're skipping Diablo 3. Here's Diablo Immortal. We're giving you world class free. Because, we can. And then D4, they're like,
Diablo 4, you don't get it yet.
Yeah.
Everybody else will get it. You've already paid for it. We've already got your money, so you're going to wait until we drop it.
Which, again, it drops with the DLC that comes out in April. Okay. I guess that's fine. They did give us a paladin.
Everybody else? Why'd you fucking... So annoying. So dumb. So fucking...
Well, now I'm interested in when PTR pops up for it, and then maybe get on and play it that way. I don't know.
When what?
The PTR?
What's that?
Public test realm?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, certain games.
Is this Blizzard stuff?
No, most games have public test realms. So like where they do all their testing builds or whatever, you can get in, you can just download the public test realm, and then you can play the early builds and things to be part of the development or, give bugs and shit like that.
Nah.
I think so. I think in like PUBG, I've got like, I don't know, some fucking ungodly number of hours, something in the thousands from when we were playing like religiously. I almost have as many hours in their public test realm. Because we used
to do the actual game.
Yeah. Because we used to play the public test run all the fucking time. Because every time right before they did a new drop or a new build or new guns or something or a new map, they would let you play it on the public test run so people could test it out, so they could figure out if there were bugs or issues and stuff like that before it went live. It was smart. You already had the game, you already paid for the game, you can play the regular game, but if you want to get on and check out the new stuff and be interested in it, do it that way.
I want to address something.
Okay. Dress it up.
Because there are other games that could have public test realms where people could find bugs, people can address them, people can not. They could potentially patch them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because let me guess, that's the thing. People go in there, they're fucking around, they're having fun, they're playing with new stuff, but they're also there to find like what works, what doesn't.
Sure.
Why doesn't our creators have this? And more importantly, if it doesn't have this and bugs are just going to persist, why use your 3 remaining brain cells to rub them together to complain about a guy who cosplays as a fucking peanut for just having fun in the game?
It's because, and again, like Cliff said, and
I wasn't saying names.
Oh,
I'm just thinking about people.
He doesn't watch this shit.
Who hate the peanut. He doesn't. Who hate the peanut because he's just fucking like. When is he not? I wouldn't even call it exploited. If it's in the game and if they're not like, oh fuck, we got to rush to patch this. Fucking play ball.
What did Cliff say? Oh well, if he
for
wasn't,
all the silly shit. It's not just the nades. It was when you can connect all the zip lines together and make a giant penis. He was walking around with a giant penis. He was doing all sorts of shit. Like fucking. At that point, it's part of the game.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. If developers are such ass at making their video games, and I'm not saying that Arc Raiders is ass, but I'm just definitely saying that like the whole fucking glitching through the doors.
They could tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And like, remember when people were glitching through the doors and getting all this stuff? And so what they did, they're like, we patched this. Now, if you don't open the door, the room just fucking incinerates everybody in there and drops stuff off. We can't actually get this thing fixed, but we just made a quick fix to this. If the door's not open, the flamethrowers are coming on, everybody dies inside that fucking room. Right? Cool. Easy patch. You know what I mean? Something like this dupe bug that they have probably is a little bit harder to code out. You know what I mean? It's going to be really hard. Other than people spamming something super fast, the only thing I could do is like, oh, if you're fucking the item in your inventory doesn't go down, you take damage or something. Something around those lines. Maybe that's something they could do. But if it is in your game and no one is doing something like downloading something external, they're not having to go into like the fucking C drive, or like alternate code and do all this stuff. That means that it's just broken because you've made an ass of yourself in your own video game. I don't think you should ever ban a person for that. That's
No.
we fucked. There's a game like that. God, what is the game? Was it Destiny? It might have been Bungie and Destiny. I'm almost positive it was Bungie and Destiny. They used to say, if there's an exploit, we're going to do our best to fix that exploit. We will never ban a single person for doing an exploit because it's in our game and it's our fault. If they're doing something that is against TOS or breaks it, or they're cheating in a way that is like they're using an external source or a cheat engine or something, 100% those people will get banned. But if they're using an exploit that is part of our game that we haven't fixed, we'll never ban a single person. That's a legit, that's accountability. We know we fucked this up. We're not gonna fucking ban
marathon. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. Ooh. But there's again,
don't start this.
But I'm just saying, like, ideally, then you also put it into perspective of something else, which is like Arc Raiders, Tarkov, the extraction shooters. When you die, you lose everything, right? So people that abuse those exploits like that and make you lose shit because
it's Arc fucking Raiders. It's not Tarkov. It's not. You have free loadouts whenever you want it. You can always fucking, like, does it hurt sometimes? Yeah. Does it hurt anything like other extraction shooters I play? Not even fucking close.
Not even.
Grow up.
Yep. I agree.
I
agree.
Fucking soft pussy fucking bitches.
Well,
damn.
That's the thing about Arc Raiders. That's why it's so, I think it's so popular, because it's my baby's first extraction shooter, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is a very simple extraction shooter in that aspect. There's not a whole lot of like, oh man, I really screwed the pooch on this. I lost a bunch of shit. Even the shit that you like, the high end gear and stuff that you lose. It's like when you lose that shit and you find out that you got fucking plinked by a Pharaoh 2 or something like that. It's like, all right, well, I kind of deserve to lose that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Also, the thing is that it's the thing I was kind of reading about the gaming industry is that it's the same thing like always. No one wants to take their own accountability. Everybody loves to just point the finger because it's so much easier to pass the buck than it is to be like, it's the same thing with like fucking No Man's Sky and Hello Games. They came out with a game that they overhyped and overpromised and undersold. And when everyone was pissed off, they went radio silent and they disappeared for like a couple years. And people were like, fuck them. Did they do it right? Probably not. I would have at least been like, you're right, guys. We fucked it. Like, we'll be back as soon as we can get this fixed. And then just dipped. And they did. And now No Man's Sky is a beautiful game that is a ton of fun to play. And Hello Games has kind of redeemed themselves in the community's eyes by being like, yeah, they fix their stuff, and every patch, every expansion, everything that they ever pumped out for the game, because they made so much goddamn money on it, they released for free. They were like, we'll never have anybody pay anything else for this game because we screwed it so bad and we made a ton of money on it, and that's not fair to everybody else. So we'll take whatever money we have, put it back into the game and make it better for you and give it back to you guys. And it's like, dude, that's the solid people that we want to see. Not, hey, we're releasing a new expansion class for this game that's 26 years old and we're going to charge you $30 for.
Just keep circling back to that. Pissing me off. Pissing me the fuck off.
It's mind-boggling, man. It's mind-boggling. Next thing, Crimson Desert. I have been diving deep into this game, just watching things, seeing all the gameplay, following up on it, reading the devs' diaries, and all these different things, listening to the community talk. I am way too overhyped for a game that seems way too ambitious. Like, there's too much in that game. There's too much going on in that game for it to seem like any of those things are going to work as intended. You know what I mean?
Single player game, though, right?
Completely single player game.
So it's already got that working for it.
So did Dragon's Dogma 2.
Well, we already went over that.
Right.
I
That's what I'm saying.
don't
Just-
actually even think it was their fault for that.
No, but it is just a callback.
Capcom game. What do you mean Capcom game?
I think the game will look beautiful. I think it will run really well, and I think it'll be a fun game to play. I think the story is going to be ass because Black Desert Online story, as cool as that story is so fucking just obnoxious to get through. Like, it's like, I have no idea what is happening. There was so many times, like in late game, when like the story would have mattered, that I was just mashing F to finish the conversations. So I was like, I'm just going back to grinding for 12 hours so I can get one item so I can break my fucking Tet gear and set it all back and have to keep re-rolling all my shit.
It's the culmination of the entire campaign arc. So the kingdom... It's just smashing.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't fucking care.
It's just like a dragon. And the girl
Bad
dead.
Just fucking jumping.
Oh my God.
Just to get to the end.
Jesus,
And then you get there, you're like, man, everybody's dead. There's a fucking dragon here. I really want to know what happened.
It was like playing Destiny 2 when like you came back as like a new player for so long, you know.
Oh, and you're just skipping all across the campaigns.
It's like you do the beginning campaign, you kind of get everything running, and then you what is it, Sanctuary, whatever the fucking place is called, where like all of a sudden like it fades to black and it comes back and there's just like all of the enemies that you should be killing are like just standing there giving you quests. And it's like, what?
So this is what dementia feels like.
Oh man. God. Obnoxious. But that's my problem. I keep looking at Crimson Desert going like, God, it just looks so fucking sick, dude. It looks so sick. There's like an aerial combat, like they were showing this aerial combat where like you're basically like you get some item that allows you to like glide through the air, and then there's like some fucking mech thing that's like flying. It's like a giant Da Vinci bird looking thing, and like you're like trying to hook onto it and like jump on it and destroy it and get it to the ground. It just looks so sick. But like I was telling Sean when I was talking about it, it's like a homunculus of different games. They've just taken parts of everything. There's the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, like flying like islands in the sky, but also like the weird moving of the blocks with like a grappling hook and stuff like that. There's that part of the game. There's like the Red Dead Redemption's like wanted system from you like stealing things or like having to fight guards and run out of town and do all these things. And like you get bounties on your character. They can like fuck up you being able to get like quests or going into towns and stuff like that. There's like the Black Desert Online little fighting system, the combos and all these things that they kind of developed in the beautiful landscapes they've done. They're saying the map is like 3 times the size of like GTA 5's map. That is a completely seamless map. There's no loading screens or anything of that nature. You just go from point A to point B. Like they've introduced like basically what is
watch them wish they did loading parts like, oh, we fucked up.
Yeah. There's like player housing and like, so basically like your camp, like the Red Dead Redemption 2 style camp, you get and you level up, and as you level up, more people and traders come to there and you can use those items for stuff. But then you can also individually place items that you can craft or make or whatever. Like, I want to put a table here with 2 chairs, and like you can set that down in that specific location. There's also like the fact that you have
a single player game though.
It is a single player game, but that's the thing about it.
So when does it? You never just show it off. I get it, but there's also a part of me that's like, fucking come on. Like,
yes, exactly. I'm just like, at what point does that make any sense? But then it's like, okay, well, if it is single player, then yeah, have put the fucking whole everything and the kitchen sink, right? Like, because at that point it's the perfect game. It has everything you want. There's fishing games in it. There's gambling games in it. There's homesteading. There's farming. There's you crafting. There's building your own stuff like a survival game that you want to put.
GTA 6 is coming out this year.
Yeah, but
talking about, dude. And GTA 6 has strippers and pride parades.
Might be coming out this year. This comes out in March. And
it's coming out this year.
And you know,
They already told people that they need 670 gigs.
I know, I did see that.
Yeah, it's getting serious.
That
I don't think I can fit on my PlayStation.
didn't they? I mean, crypto is dead.
Yeah.
I saw this meme the other day. It was like, he was like, oh, what's a, it was like a dad texting his son. It was like, what was that, the monkey art that you got really big into? It's like 3 letters. And like, he's like, NFTs? Why? He was like, oh, I'm just with a bunch of buddies and we're talking about the dumbest thing our kids ever done. As of right now, you're in first place. Like,
fuck, dude. God. What a moment in time.
But wasn't GTA 6 supposed to have a bunch of crypto to it?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
Wasn't like the online version supposed to be like some crypto fed thing?
I don't remember anything like that.
Maybe I'm misremembering it. I thought there was something to do with like the online.
It's that whole year and a half is such a blur though. Like,
dude,
it's possible. Every game wanted to touch on it. Fucking Ubisoft. Maybe that's why Ubisoft's going under. They sunk all that money into, what was it, Ubisoft Crystal?
No,
or something, which was going to be their NFT.
No, Ubisoft failed. Ubisoft failed because nobody could get behind the quadruple A fucking game Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They failed as soon as they thought they could come to market and call something quadruple A.
And then give you the most boring boat game. Sid Meier's boat game.
Oh my god.
Somebody was saying, it was like Ubisoft made one of the coolest boating like games ever in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like, to the point where that game, like playing the actual story and the Assassin's Creed version of the Black Flag was just like, meh, whatever. But the boating and you going from island to island and just pirating and doing all that shit was the absolute peak of gaming when it came to like naval games. And it was so fucking good. And someone was like, they took that formula, that perfect formula, and just ruined it with Skull and Bones. They just shat on it so hard.
Play test.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, you got part of the play test? You got that? I got 3 invite codes. You came back like, I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
They gave us.
I hope to God this playtest is nothing like what the actual game is, because this is so bad.
They gave us, what was it, like 10 hours or 8 hours to play on the playtest, and
4. I think it was.
Was it 4? I don't remember. Me and Pad,
something ridiculous.
Me and Pad played the shit out of that playtest, and every hour we were like, "Is this gonna get any better?" And it was just like, as we got to the end of it, it was like, there's no way this is a game. This has, I like, at one point I was even like, maybe they're just playtesting the fucking like the servers, yeah, if they work, you know. And it was like, there's no way this is the game. No, it's what they gave you.
That's, you know, when you work a job,
mm-hmm.
and you just keep telling yourself, like, it's not always like this. It will get better. Like, we're going through a rough patch. Things get better. How long has gaming been in that state? We're like, no, it's not always like this. No, like, there are good days. No, it'll get better.
That's tough, dude.
How long have we been living in that bubble?
At least 20 years, because I think the last time gaming was
it online services?
it for sure.
Was it like right there?
100%. I mean, when you could only buy your games in digital copies, that was probably it. But like, I'm just saying, like, if I take like 2005 to 2010 time period, that was the best gaming has ever been. I don't think that we could ever replicate that time period. I also can't do games anymore when they're just these monetized fucking live service games and everything else is in this like weird delayed forever phase where everything seems so dope and there's all this backing and development like working to these games that you see come out, and then they just sit in development hell forever and they never get pushed and they never get launched. And then it's like 5-6 years down the line, like, hey, remember that fucking game we talked about? It was like, oh yeah, oh, well, we're basically going to be closing, so we're just going to launch whatever we have, and hopefully we make something out of it. And then they just give you like dog shit, you know?
Fuck all early access.
Yeah, I used to be a big fan.
And fuck Logan Paul while we're at it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a given.
Yeah. No, that fucking... I just saw this. So, One Piece cards, you know, you can't buy Magic cards. You can't buy fucking Pokemon cards because fucking scalpers got them everywhere. And I'm just a fucking dork that likes opening shit and looking at shiny things. So, One Piece was always everywhere. I was like, whatever. I'll pick these up for $3 a pack and fucking thing. I open it. I don't know what any of it means. I don't know what most of the Magic cards means. Doesn't matter. I just like looking at shiny things. So I look at it, put them away. Logan Paul all of a sudden gets into One Piece and he's like, this is going to be the next boom. And they're fucking, now you can't find those anymore. And I found out that Chinese dudes are using Pokemon cards to smuggle money across borders.
Attaboy.
Because they can't take their money out. They can't, like, you know, be doing all these things. But they can buy a Pokemon card at a swap meet for this.
Yeah.
Go over there with one case worth fucking $400 million worth of fucking slabs.
Wow.
God, what happened to this great country we lived in?
Well, what happened to the trading card games where the whole point of the trading card game was to play the trading card game? That's the problem. That's the problem. Well, what you're doing now is you're buying the trading card game to just buy the battle pass and not play the game. You just want the shiny cosmetics to come with it.
Ooh, I feel attacked.
Yeah, but
for someone who's addicted to transmogs, you have no room to fucking talk, buddy.
I'm not saying I do. I'm clearly defining what is happening here.
Okay. So we were in Roseville for OB appointment. And we went to Fire and Ice Games in Roseville.
Yeah.
Sick place. Sick. I just thought it was like a card shop. They have all the different consoles, all the different games. Sick. I want to spend $5,000 and a day there.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're in there and I was like, hey, do you have any Pokemon cards? And they're like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. We look over. We go and this guy, like, he pulls out this thing and it was a Mega Evolutions something. I don't know. It was a something, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'll get it. And so he's going, he's looking, he's showing me every dent in the box. He's showing me, so there's a slight tear in the plastic here, blah, blah, blah. But really, like, realistically, if you're looking, like, I can guarantee that nothing's been sealed. And I was like, huh? And he's like, well, I want you to know all the damage. I was like, I'm going to rip this open. I'm going to open all of them. And he's like, oh, you're not like collecting for blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I'm going to just rip this apart and look through all the cards tonight. It might not even make it back to my place. The guys were like, dude, that's fucking sick. I respect the fuck out of that. So many people just want to fucking like hold on to these and open them. And I want to be like, if I'm being honest with you, I know nothing about this. I just like looking at the pictures. I think that's worse than keeping it sealed. The respect they were throwing at me, I knew I was undeserving of.
It's also sick.
I'm worse than all of you.
It's also sick too, where like I watch like card guys like that are the same type of thing. Like where they're like, oh well, this is a box because the box sells for like $500 or whatever, you know, and they're like, cool. And then right in front of them, they just rip it open and everybody's like, what the fuck? It's like, let's just see what's in here. And they just open up every single card pack and the guys are just standing, like everyone in the store just stops and just congregates to see what comes.
$500 into 38 cents.
Yeah, it's exactly. Exactly. It's wild.
Just for the off chance that you can, I don't know. I actually have, I can't remember. I think it was a 25th anniversary or something like that. I just saw like a sale on Amazon, so I bought them for I think like 30 or 40 bucks a pack. And I saw them at the thing, and each one is going for $480 per pack. I was like, what the fuck? They're like, oh yeah, it's a special anniversary. I was like, is there any cards? They're like, every card has like the 25th anniversary stamp on it. So but is there anything different about it? They're like, no, just a stamp.
See, that's also that's just real world physical copies of NFTs. It's an arbitrary price that someone has placed on this, and they're selling for this crazy amount. And it's like, it's not it's not even what you use them for. You know what I mean? Like, that concept, where cards went to, like, blow my mind. Like, it pisses
It's
me
so
off.
smart.
It's so
Fucking-
smart, but it pisses me off because, like,
Literally printing money.
my buddy Ryan literally still gets Pokemon cards to build his deck because he goes to tournaments and plays in Pokemon tournaments.
I didn't know that was a thing anymore.
Still a thing. Still a very, very valid thing.
I know Magic was.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, 100%.
I know Yu-Gi-Oh's holding on by a thread
There's
because every now and then I still see some fucking dork on Instagram live like, come on, like with his fucking arm thing.
Oh, why is it? You know what's really fucking weird? Seeing like 40-year-olds in like Beyblade. Beyblade has been popping up all over my feed everywhere.
Beyblade, gay. Fucking
Absolutely.
no. But caveat, like 40-year-olds who are also car mechanics using air pneumatic tools to play Beyblade, fucking sick. That's some real world shit. When you can hear the
Yeah, exactly.
like spooling up and they drop it and everybody everybody gets back. That's where you're cool.
I did see one guy who did that. He was like air compressed, like to get it spinning.
Yeah,
had like carbon or something on the side of it, so they sparked, and then dropped both of them in to like a thing with like gasoline, and they just like lit on fire. I was like, all right, that's kind of dope.
Yeah, that's when it's acceptable.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what was BattleBots? Do you remember BattleBots?
God.
So BattleBots has been making a resurgence again. And the thing is when
it makes me so fucking mad. I'm so annoyed with BattleBots nowadays because back when we had BattleBots, BattleBots was how fucking sick and crazy can you make it? Now it's too efficient. Like we made a wedge, it can't be killed.
Or
what does it do? It just flips.
Or they do one that's like, oh, the entire thing is basically electrified and it just blows the other bot up.
Yeah, no.
It's cool to see the first time, but then you're like, oh, he's a grand champion. Like, well, no shit. Like, if nothing else can touch it, that's not fun either, you know?
Yeah, stupid. Make it exciting. God.
Yeah. There has to be
everything is flipping in the air.
Yeah, dude. There has to be some regulations. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's got to be.
BattleBots was like an RC car that they just figured out how to put a blender on top of.
Exactly.
Like, give me that kind of BattleBot. This has gone too far. Too many MIT people doing their college thesis.
Yep. But it's like anything, man. Like, the farther we get in the future, it's just like, how can we make this more efficient? Like, that's all we've ever done with technology. That's all we have ever done is how do we make it more efficient? And that's why we have phones that are the size of fucking wafers that we keep in our pockets. I miss my Nokia, man.
I do too. I don't. I say that.
I mean,
the first time you're trying to get that plug at the right angle so it'll charge on your nightstand, I'm fucking over this shit.
What are you talking about? Remember the real old ones that you had to pop the battery out to, like, it looked like the old school, like nail gun, like battery chargers, or like the old RC car battery chargers where they came in like a pack. You like pop them out and stick them in the thing to charge.
The Motorola's.
Yeah.
On the brick phones.
Yeah.
Where it was like a fucking
actual, like an antenna that sat out of the top of it. Man. Anyway.
All right, kids.
I'm going to go back to reading fucking Bounce House. I am not mad about this book. I think that the description of the book itself and where it was like placed in its release point had me very, very worried that it was just going to be pseudo dungeon crawler. And I was like, man, just write the next book. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. But as I've read this book, I'm like, this is fun. This is fun. This is a cool little side romp. It's cool. It's interesting. It's a little campy, but I think that's the point of it. You know? Like I said, the description is like a farmer on a colony planet has to battle 16-year-old Call of Duty nerds. Perfect example. Description of the book. If you had just given me that, I've been like, oh yeah, I'll read this book. So anyway, back in it. And then we just got to get to May. We get to May, and then we get book 8. And then hopefully March just puts me in a position where Crimson Desert just keeps me coasting.
Tables you all the way through it.
I'm just trying to think like what comes out after that I'm really pumped about. Like, let me get Crimson Desert and it not be completely trash, and then let me get all the way to the Diablo expansion. Cool. And now I'm back down to like, I'll play 2 games a year. Yeah.
This is coming from the guy that used to play 3 games simultaneously.
Yeah. Yeah, we've grown the fuck up.
Yeah. That's what we call it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, let's get out of here.
Bye, kids.
All right, pumpkins. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.